Good morning. So the Tiger King is the chapter which we are focusing at right now, Tiger King by Kalki. The writer employs a definite style where our attention is invited through a peculiar style of saying the story. So many grand titles that we come across are associated to a person. In short, any such title or everything culminates into one single thing, that he is the Tiger King. How did he acquire his name? This is the story all about. So Kalki employs this technique to drive our attention towards that. But there is some other purpose behind as well. What is that? So many titles, if get attached to some person, obviously the person has done something great or worth praising. This is highlighted here. So we get an introduction into somebody who has acquired all these titles, and we become curious. Oh, who the person is? Wow, he has acquired so many titles. Maharaja Dhiraj, Jilani Jang Bahadur. So many abbreviations, acronyms are attached to him. All are the titles, culminating into one single idea, that is, he is the Tiger King. Kalki arouses our curiosity by not telling us the reason behind in the very starting of the text. He wants us to wait. We have to wait. But when you are said to do a certain thing, the natural tendency in you is not to follow the instruction. So when he says that you have to come further eager to know the reason behind, oh, why the name? The Tiger King. And the purpose is solved. Kalki becomes successful in driving your attention towards his story. Now you would want to know the reason behind the king getting this title, the Tiger King. Must have done something, and it is definitely associated with tiger. You as a reader become curious and want to know the reason. So his purpose is solved in that sense. Continues. And whatever you wish, it is all up to you. Kalki is the pseudonym, it is the pen name for some Krishnamurti, South Indian writer. In short, Kalki. Make a research on that. We understand that particularly two personality traits are highlighted here successfully. One is that he is intelligent, the other is that he is not a coward, he is a strong heart, he is courageous. Then the upbringing, then it shifts on to the killing. Before that, the Tiger King acquires, the would-be Tiger King acquires the throne because the father was no more. The then king was dead, and the crown prince acquires the throne. Now he is the full authority, and the tiger killing gets started. First, tiger has been hunted successfully. He moves to the chief astrologer, and he is at the moment boastful, tells it to him, okay, you said that death would come to me by the tiger. Since I was born in an hour of bull, so death would come to me by the tiger. Here is your tiger, and he is dead. So I have defeated death and proved your prophecy wrong. This is what he boasted about. But the astrologer would not submit to any of such excuses or things, and he showed further commitment into the science of astrology, saying that if he has killed first one, it doesn't mean that he has overcome his death. It does not at all mean that. Death is certain and it will come to him by virtue of the tiger. And the king says, okay, you have killed the very first one successfully, you can go on killing 99, means 98 more. You can go on killing, but when the 100th would come, that would bring you your death, he would say. The king would laugh, would mock at such prediction, at such knowledge, at such astrology that said that, oh, you are going to die. Oh, who would dare to come to me as death? He would be boastful. And he tells it to him, okay, suppose I kill the 100th one as well, then what would your signs say? The astrologer, the chief astrologer, gets excited, he gets offended with that. He said, if you can do this, if you can defy death in this manner, if you can kill the 100th tiger, that I say that would be your death. If you kill the 100th tiger as well, I'll throw away all my books, I'll burn all my books to ashes, I'll cut my tuft, I'll crop my hair short, and I would become an insurance agent. I would change my profession. I would forget what astrology is. I would not practice astrology anymore, thinking that I am not a good astrologer and I cannot predict the things correctly. It means that my science or my knowledge, my wisdom, whatever it is in me as information is all wrong, and I'll throw away all my astrology. I'll burn my books to ashes. I'll crop my hair short. I'll cut my tuft. And I'll become an insurance agent. Means I'll change my profession, because I would think that I'm not fit to be an astrologer. He was the chief astrologer. And we as readers also start believing that maybe he is true. So we become further curious. So this is beautifully implied here by Kalki. I told you that he is a South Indian writer, Mr. Krishnamurti. And the story moves on. And the tiger hunting started. He banned tiger killing in Pratibandhpur. Nobody must dare to even fling a stone onto the tiger. Otherwise, the property and life would be confiscated, snatched away from the person. So tiger hunting was summarily banned in the kingdom. What was the purpose behind? Only and only the king would do the killing, because he wants to defy death. He wants to prove the chief astrologer and his science of astrology wrong. He wants to defy death. He wants to prove that death is not going to devour him, but he is going to devour death. He is arrogant, he is boastful, he does not admit that death is certain. If it is going to come through the tiger, although he said that death is certain, but the manner of his death, he did not accept this idea. How can the tiger kill me? No matter how ferocious the animal or the beast of prey is. Oh, I am more powerful. He is boastful from within. And he discards any such notion that death may come to him by the tiger. Oh, death would come to the tiger by me. He had already proclaimed, beware tigers. The heart would say, here I come. So beware, run away if you want to live. So he is that kind of a fellow. And hunting begins. We find instances where the British official would come and would want to gain a permission to do the tiger hunting. He would deny any such permission. The throne is under threat. He has to do something to save his throne. So he flatters his wife indirectly. Sends a lot of 50 diamond rings. We also get the knowledge through the good lady's behavior that she is a greedy woman. She is a greedy lady. the greedy wife, because the intention behind was not fulfilled. What was the intention? The king's intention was that the whole lot that is sent to the good lady, she would pick up 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 and would return the rest back, but she keeps the whole lot. She is a greedy lady. 50 diamond rings, and no Indian company was ordered that. In order to flatter the good lady, he ordered the diamond rings from some foreign company, thinking that they would be of superior quality. So everything needs to be satirized. So Kalki beautifully touches every single aspect with every single detail. Okay, and we find a glimpse of his intelligence. He successfully saves his kingdom like that. Then another instance is there where he wants to get married because 70 tigers have already been killed in his kingdom. Now there are no more tiger population. Maybe the rest of them have committed harakiri, they have committed suicide, thinking that it is not good to die from some Indians' hands. So some might have fled, thinking that it is better to meet death by some British official or somebody of superior stature or status. They also discarded Indianness. Maybe. So this is satirized here. You can take it as a satire on the conceit. One who has the chance takes undue advantage. That has been suggested with every single thing. Be it anything. The tiger wanting to die. If that is certain, tiger also decides, okay, I'll die. But who is going to kill me? I'll choose. Oh, not any Indian. Only and only a British official would kill me, because that would give my death some grandeur. Even a tiger would say so. That is to reflect the idea as to how the people of then time and today also, we regard the West and the Western things and the dogmas and the ideas as something superior. We discard our Indian values, our traditions, our family values, what our parents teach us. We do not accept what others say. We readily want to follow them. But your teachers say, you do not want to accept what your other people say. Maybe they are your foes in the disguise of friends, but you want to follow them. So this is the natural tendency in anybody, particularly in India. This is happening. We become boastful. When we acquire something, we become boastful. When we acquire powers, we try to torment others. We try to intimidate and dominate others. We try to make fun of others. If we are intelligent, we try to make a mockery of others who were level. So this all has been satirized here by Kalki. Touches are there. So you can cite them as illustrations when you want to establish an argument. So you may back up all these arguments by your illustrations. Then only your answer would be complete. Okay, I suggest you this. Then he would want to marry a woman, but the eligibility that has been set here is not of the virtues in the person, it is of the virtues in the kingdom. Means to say that if the kingdom has enough tigers, where he would find the amount, he had to complete the 99 first, and then only he is going to move on to the 100th. The chief astrologer said that it would be the 100th tiger that would be the cause of your death. And in order to meet that 100th tiger, his real death, and finally successfully overcome it, defy death finally, He has to first of all meet 99 tigers. He has to do the killing with regards to 99 tigers before he moves on to the 100th one. 70 have already been killed. Now there are no more in the state of Pratibandhapuram. He has to search for more. Where would he find them? So he decides to marry. Here also we find that there was a problem and he devises a solution. He is intelligent enough how to carry out the things to his own benefit. This has been projected here. I hope you understand. So story advances. I am just touching all those glimpses. I am giving you a glimpse in the form of hints. What you would need to do is to go through every single line. You have to understand as per those lines that you see, and in between the lines, the things that are implied, that are suggested. This satire, it is always highlighted. All throughout the text you find this satire. This text captures the major thematic idea, that is, this text is Tiger King by Kalki is a satire, एक व्यंग है किस पर? A satire on the conceit, on the false pride of those in power. It may be a king, like the protagonist here. It may be a king. It may be anybody else. It may be your teacher. If I'm arrogant, if I'm defiant, if I cross everybody's way, thinking too high of myself, it is a satire on me. If you do so, it is a satire on you and on to anybody else. So it teaches us a lesson in that sense. So in between the lines, you have to check out all the suggested things. I hope I am clear. God bless all of you. May you all be blessed with good health, physical, mental and emotional. Thank you.